your body shape. Mr. Raymond Humphreys got you covered all the way. A little fitness training is not the only thing you need. With motivation and meal prep, you'll succeed. With Fitness Evolution, with Trainer Ray. With Fitness Evolution, with Trainer Ray. With Fitness Evolution, with Trainer Ray. With Fitness Evolution, with Trainer Ray.
Hey, welcome everybody back to Fitness Evolution with Trainer Ray. All right. I know it's been a long time. You know, the epidemic's been going on and been staying out the way. But I know it's been a long time since y'all have heard anything from me dealing with Fitness Evolution with Trainer Ray. And I'm here today to just have a discussion about pretty much anything. No set agenda, really. If you got questions, if you got concerns, if you got comments, if you had what they say, if you hit a wall in your training, you need some help in losing weight or something, some help with some meal plans, or got some questions about some everyday needs, just give me a holler at 347-826-9424. Again, that number is 347-826-9424. All right, you can call in. When you do call in, if you got a question and or a comment, press the number 1, and I could bring you in to talk about whatever question or concern you may have. How's everybody been doing since the pandemic? I know the pandemic has been real bad, and people weren't able to get out like they wanted to work out, as far as in the gyms, being around other people, workout classes, doing the normal thing you've been doing. So I know now people are starting to come out now. I know everybody wants to get out their shell. People getting tired of seeing these 4 walls, and I understand that. So the thing is, if, don't be afraid, but wear your mask. Use caution. I'm a forewarn you. Just use caution regardless of where you go, whether people like it or don't like it. Wear your mask to protect you and anybody around you, or protect yourself. So you want to be careful, because that pandemic, that virus is nothing to be played with. So protect yourself. Wear your mask. Even when you're exercising, try to wear your mask as much as possible. Now, being a trainer, is hard. When the epidemic kicked out, the pandemic kicked out with everybody, it's hard to really get out and show people what they need to do, because a lot of people are scared to still come out. People don't want to come out. People do come out. The people I have trained, we've had great results. We had a great time. And people I've dealt with so far, I got one that's lost 11 pounds already, and I got others that, still trying to reach a certain goal. But it's difficult for some, because being locked down for a long period of time, you get in the habit of eating a certain way, a bad way in which you probably shouldn't have ate, which makes things a lot worse for you when you come back and try to exercise. So we want to get back on the right track as far as exercise and getting themselves in shape to being where you want to be in the fitness industry or fitness world. Everybody's crucial. A lot of people are hard on themselves. I ran into some people that are really, and one thing I've learned, I ran into some people that are really hard on themselves when it comes to working out or looking a certain way, especially women. And nothing against you women, nothing at all. It's just y'all get real hard on yourselves about the way you want to look, how you want to look. Even if you get like not even an inch of fat on your body, you be going to pass out. So all I can tell you is don't panic. Don't panic. Just be ready, and just be ready to work. That's the big key. Be ready to work, because being ready to work is the key element to all this. And it's dedication, dedicating yourself to exercising. So exercise is the key to a lot of things. And a lot of people, for the ones that's out here and have ailments in their body, such as anything, diabetes, whatever the case may be, me personally, to be honest, I think exercise is the key to all that, to help you get to where you want to be. Because exercise helps to get your joints moving, helps oxygen flow in the body, helps the blood to travel and move. When you're doing cardio, it helps increase your heart rate, which helps you to get your blood flowing better through your body. So you want to exercise and stay on top of everything, because exercise is the key to a lot of ailments out here in the world. A lot of people don't understand that. So, first thing, a lot of times people being stuck in the house, and I know you don't want to get out the house or get out in front of a bunch of people because you worry about the pandemic or the virus. But, just stay your distance, keep your distance. Be sure and practice social distancing. Always practice social distancing and stay to the point to where you are taking care of yourself and not compromising yourself and or another person. Okay. Again, this show is not targeted towards anything directly. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, you can also call me at 347-826-9424. Again, you can call that number 347-826-9424. Press 1 if you want to be brought in for any comments or concerns you may have about the fitness world, or about any exercises or nutritional needs you may need. If you're at home and you're working out at home, be sure the biggest thing with me dealing with fitness is technique. Make sure your exercise is right. Don't go out there jumping to some exercise that you don't know the correct form for and injure yourself. Eventually, because if you injure yourself, you're going to be to a point where you're not going to be able to work out. Then you're going to get to a point where you're going to eat and cause yourself to gain a lot of weight, unnecessary weight that you don't want. So be cautious when you're working out. Check your form. Make sure your form is right. If you have a mirror big enough for you to look in, as far as an upright mirror, some mirrors are on dressers, or some people have full-length mirrors. If you have a full-length mirror, use the mirror. Like the mirrors in the gym, some people don't realize those mirrors are meant for you to utilize during your exercises. So check your form, make sure your form is right. If you don't know the correct form, contact somebody. Contact a trainer. Go to a gym and talk to a trainer and ask him about your form and see what you need to do to correct your form to get to where you need to be, because correct form is the key to a lot of this. Correct form is the key to a lot of this. So you want to make sure that your form is tight, that your form is right, because if your form is not right and you're doing the exercise, that's going to be a whole problem within itself, because you may injure yourself, you may mess up and not do the exercise right, mess up in your not get what you want out of the workout because you're not focusing on the exercise within itself. So like I said, if you know a trainer, sometimes trainers don't want to help you. You got some that rather you train with them in order for them to teach you something, but if you know a trainer that's willing to give you free information, talk to that trainer and get that information, because that information is the key. And if you can get with a trainer and get the key set up to understand, to know how to do a exercise right, how to perform the exercise right and be in the right form, or make sure you don't mess up the exercise, talk to a trainer. They have trainers in all the gyms, a lot of gyms. If you can get with a trainer in the gym and do some exercises, that'll be good too. But if not, get looking up. They have instructional information online to where you can go and look up certain exercises and check out the certain form about certain exercises. So I always go make sure your form is right. If you have an ailment that you're not sure if you should be working out, contact your doctor. Contact the doctor to make sure that you should be working out, because sometimes the doctor will tell you, hey, yay or nay, yeah, I need to work out. No, I don't need to work out, or whatever the case may be. Because it depends on what's going on with you. If you have an ailment that could cause any injury, extra injury, if you have an injury already, be sure and talk to your doctor before you start any exercise program, because you don't want to get injured. You don't want to get hurt doing exercises. So just be careful and make sure you do the right thing. So talk to your doctors or whatever to make sure that you're cleared to work out. If you get with a trainer, make sure he goes over that with you about consent forms, and make sure he checks with you about your medical history to make sure that you are able to work out and do what you're supposed to do. Because exercise is the key to the whole deal. So, and form is the key, and being and working out right is the key. So get with a trainer. Find your trainer that you can trust, somebody just not out trying. Because like I said, don't get tricked now. You got some trainers that will try to, get you to train with them in order to give you information or help you, because they're trying to make the money, which you understand everybody got to make their money. Everybody got to make their hustle. So just be aware of what's going on around you. Make sure that trainer is well knowledge in the fitness industry. Make sure he is certified. Make sure he has a certification. Make sure he is asking what he's certified in, and make sure he's just not training you. Make sure he's also teaching you. Make sure you learn from those exercises to make sure that you are doing the right thing, or make sure that you, like when you break off from that trainer, that you're able to go work out by yourself. Just be aware of what's going on, especially in the fitness industry. Now, again, today's not a formatted show for a specific exercise or whatever the case may be. So today is just concerned if you have any workouts that you might need or want to help with. You have a question you may have for us fitness-wise, you can always call me at 347-826-9424. Again, my number is 347-826-9424. You can call that number to listen to the show if you have a question and or concern, and I will bring you in to answer any question that you may have. So, now nutrition-wise, food-wise, but people not understanding, a lot of people I have that's worked out with me or in the past, the biggest key they don't really realize is exercise is the key. Exercise is the key. Nutrition is your key. Because if you can get your nutrition right, everything else falls into place. You want to get your nutrition right. You want to make sure you're eating right. I don't tell clients to cut out a lot. I just tell you to eat in moderation. Eat in moderation. Don't go out here. If you're used to eating 2 pieces of bread every meal, cut back to 1 slice of bread a meal. Your serving size is the palm of your hand. Is your hand. You open your hand up, that's your serving size. Go in there and measure your food by your hand. That's your serving size. Whatever you can fit in the palm of your hand with your hand open, that's your serving size. 2 to 3 ounces of meat, maybe a half a cup of rice or pasta or potatoes or whatever you're going to eat. Some people want to get away from pasta, potatoes, and rice. They don't want to eat no carbs. And the reason for that is they don't eat no carbs because, true enough, it's fattening. But if you don't eat carbs, that's your energy source. You got to maintain your energy source. And your energy source is the number one factor when it comes to working out, because you got to have the energy to work out. A lot of people don't want to do that. They want to cut everything out because they think that eating a certain way or eating certain foods don't cause them to get fat. Now, if you eat these meals late at night and going to bed on it and not working out or not giving the time to digest, yeah, 9 times 10, you're going to feed again because it turns into fat. Carbs turn into sugar. Too much sugar in the body or too much carbs in the body causes fat. So what people don't understand is
You can't be eating and stuff all night, at night, late at night before you go to bed, and trying to sleep on it, and not working out, because that's going to sit on your body while you sleep. Your body's going to absorb it in, and it's just going to turn into fat because you're not doing anything except laying around in the bed. So you want to make sure you're eating. What they say, the last meal should be cut out about 7 or 8 o'clock. Cut your last meal out and be done. You get hungry through the night, drink you some water. Go get you some water. Get some water and go back to sleep. And don't get caught up. A lot of people want to get up and eat different meals at night. They want to eat, so they got certain things to eat if they get hungry at night while they sleep. They wake up and go eat. So don't get caught up in that. So if you get to the point to where you are hungry, go drink you some water. Go get you some in your system to where you maintaining, it's keeping you from eating throughout the night. Now, a lot of people I've been hearing online I've been hearing some people saying that don't do cardio no more because cardio doesn't help you burn fat or it doesn't help you lose weight. You know, I'm all for the new era and what people want to do or the new things that people do. I'm not for. I mean, for something that's been working for years, why would you come back and change that? Which, you know, people have been working out doing cardio for years. I mean, years to come. Ever since they've been doing fitness, that cardio has been one of the biggest things that people have been doing. But you got people now saying that fitness or cardio is not one of the factors as far as losing weight. I don't really understand that point because that's something that I've never really understood, why people would come in and tell you that when cardio helps to burn more, helps to get your cardio helps to get your metabolism moving. Just like eating causes your metabolism to move, which helps you burn fat. So you want to do what it takes to reach your goal, and you got a lot of people don't want to do that because they are listening to other people. And the biggest thing with that, with me, I can tell people all the time, do what works for you. Now, if you think cardio doesn't work for you and you're losing weight without it, try it. That's fine. But I just don't agree with the fact that people say that you shouldn't do cardio. But that's just my opinion. So, you know, everybody has an opinion. That's my opinion. People need to understand that you can't enforce your views on somebody else. That's the biggest thing. You can't enforce your views on somebody else. I'm a trainer. I don't enforce my views. I give them what I know works. You know, so I'm not giving you something that I haven't tried before or have tried on another client or different issues, because what I tried on this client might not work for you. What I tried on this client might not work for you. So you have to make sure that you get or use whatever you want to use that's going to help you lose weight. Now, if you have anybody out there, like I said, this show is not formatted for a specific workout program or plan today, but if you want to listen in, you can call in at 347-826-9424. If you want to make a comment or ask a question, if you dial that, since you're in, just press 1. And press 1, I can bring you in to get you to ask your question or make a comment if that's what you want to do. So basically, I'm just giving people general information about things that they can do to help themselves get into shape, and even with the pandemic going on, because a lot of people don't want to work out during the pandemic because they worried about being around people or getting sick or whatever the case may be. So don't allow the pandemic to stop you from reaching your goals. And exercise is a big factor in a lot of things. But like I said about the cardio, don't allow somebody's views saying that cardio doesn't help you lose weight. For years and for centuries, people have been doing cardio to help increase the metabolism, to help them burn fat. And all of a sudden now somebody's going to start saying that cardio doesn't help you burn fat. Now, I just can't believe it as far as myself. But that's everybody. Everybody has an opinion. So everybody's opinion is not going to be the same as yours. Everybody's views are not going to be the same as yours. You know, I never claimed to be the world's best knowledgeable person about fitness, but I do know a lot. I've been dealing with fitness for a long time. I've been training for a long time. I've been helping people for a long time. And I give people what I feel and know works. I ain't been giving them something that I heard works. I give them something that I know works because I've tried and tested it. A lot of stuff I've done for myself also to help myself stay in some kind of shape. But we need to make sure we focus on us or myself or yourself before you go out here and just start listening to what a lot of other people. Now, if you go to somebody that you know is knowledgeable about fitness, don't go to him and tell him he's wrong. He or she is wrong if they're trying to give you an answer to a question that you have asked. And I've had that in the past where I'll be in the middle of working out for myself and members of the gym will come in and ask me a question, even though I'm not working at that time as a trainer. I'm just working out and ask me a question. But then as soon as I give them an answer, they tell me I was wrong. I don't know no better. And I was like, really? Why come ask me if you don't think I know? But like I said, don't base your opinion on somebody else's. Try it. Try it. A lot of it's going to be trial and error. A lot of things I've done is trial and error. I had to see what works and what didn't work. So people have to understand that exercise is a science. You have to get it down like a science. You have to know what works for you. What works for you, that's what you stick with. If you know, now, you got some people say they've been eating 1 or 2 meals a day and they've been losing weight with that. But see, what you're doing, you may be losing weight. But see, you're starving the body. And when you're starving the body, you create error, create room for, if you ever get off of that diet or meal plan or whatever you're doing at that time and go back to eating a certain way, your body's going to gain all that weight back and then some. So people don't understand you could lose weight like that. But you have to be cautious of how you come off of that program because you can come back and gain all that weight back. Then you're going to be like, well, I tried this before and that worked for me now. Then I know it'll work for me now, which it probably will. But people have to understand you can't base everything you do, even though it worked for you at one point. Talk with somebody, talk with a trainer, talk with a nutritionist, talk with somebody. And most trainers or nutritionists or dietitians are going to preach the same thing. They're going to preach 6 meals a day. That's been the regiment for centuries, for years. 5 to 6 meals, 5 to 6 meals. You got some people want to miss meals. They miss meals, but most people that miss meals tend to make that meal up. Make that meal up at a next meal. If I miss breakfast and lunch, dinner meal, I'm probably going to eat hard. But, you can't sit back and eat hard when you just missed a meal. You can't make up what you missed. That's a problem with a lot of people. They try to make up what they missed, and that's not a good thing. So you have to be cautious of what you do and how you do it. Like I said, if you got any questions or concerns about anything you're doing, especially dealing with the fitness world, be sure and ask somebody about it because you want to make sure you're doing it right before you jump off in it. Because sometimes people jump off into things and don't know what they're really doing, so they just do it because they felt, well, I saw this person do it, or I saw that person do it. That's like today, somebody came to me in the gym and they were showing me this lady's body that she'd be following. She follows this lady on YouTube. And she was like, I don't know. She said, one guy was saying that she's not doing it naturally and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, show me a video and let me see what you got. And I looked at the video, and actually if you look at her muscle structure, you can tell by her muscle structure that she's probably using some kind of enhancers. She's probably using like steroids. But the average person out there in the world, like actress or fitness person that's in the fitness, they're not going to tell you, especially if they're using something they're not supposed to use, they're not going to tell you what they use because they're not going to tell you what they use because if they're using steroids are illegal. So you have to be careful of watching people, and you have to be careful watching people because they may be doing something that you have no clue about. You got a lot of guys, and I know they probably don't like the fact that people expose that, but I'm like, I'm sitting here and, you know, I know a lot of people that's in the bodybuilding world, and I know how certain people look or how they shouldn't look because the body don't produce enough testosterone in the body in order to make their bodies be as big as they are, especially big bodybuilders, because your body doesn't produce no testosterone for that. You have to have some kind of enhancer. And a lot of these guys are using steroids. Steroids are very much illegal. These guys or girls are not going to tell you, hey, oh yeah, I'm using steroids, so, you know, use this and it's going to help you get this and that. No, they're not going to tell you that, but they're going to tell you it contributes to working out. Yeah, I worked out. This is how I got this like that. That's how the reason my body looks like this. And the video the girl was showing me today, she was in the video with another lady, and the lady she was in there with, you could tell she was into steroids because of her body structure. But, you know, just be careful who you're dealing with and the people you talk to about certain things, because most people out there in the world that's working out are not going to tell you the exact truth about everything that they're doing. They're not going to tell you, hey, I use steroids, or I use some kind of HGH or some kind of muscle enhancer to enhance my muscle or produce more testosterone in my body. So you have to be careful with who you follow and where you follow them at on YouTube or whatever the case may be, because that is a big factor in the fitness world. I know people right now that say they're swearing down that they ain't on steroids, but I know they can't be that size that they are without steroids or without some kind of enhancer. So just be careful who you follow and who you listen to, because like I said, it's easy to listen to somebody just because they look the part. Don't always mean that they playing the part like it should be played. As far as me, myself, I've never used steroids. I've had people ask me. I've had people tell me I should use it or told me to just try it. I'm like, no, I ain't going to be able to do it because steroids wasn't my cup of tea. Now, I know there's a lot of side effects behind steroids. So people have to understand, don't get caught up using something that you're not normally using. And me, I'm not into that because steroids has a lot of side effects that most people don't want. So my thing is, be careful who you follow, especially in the fitness industry. Make sure some of these people, at least the people you're dealing with, if they're going to train you, make sure they're certified. Make sure they know what they're doing. Look at some of their work. Look at some of their people, or even some of the guys or girls that you're working out with. Look at them. If they don't look the part as being somewhere in some kind of shape, sometimes be careful or cautious of who you're dealing with. In which I'm not saying that a person is not in shape or built like a bodybuilder or ripped up or whatever is not knowledgeable about what they do. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you just have to be careful, because some people, I've had somebody come to me about a trainer in the area that they say she don't look like she's a trainer or should be a trainer, but you know, anybody can get certified. Anybody can get certified or say they certified. So you just have to make sure that they are certified and look and see how they train with you. See what they can do for you. What can they do? I've ran across times where trainers in gyms wasn't producing like they were supposed to be producing because their clients weren't reaching their goals. And that's a problem for a client or for you. For the fact that if that client's not reaching their goal, they're not going to ever promote you to anybody else about working out, because you didn't help them reach that. The trainer didn't help that person reach their goal. So the trainers have to be careful. But like I said, within this pandemic, it's easy to stay in shape and it's easy to get out of shape because everybody's being at home. Everybody's stuck in these four walls. They want to get out. But some people are still scared to get out and get in the gyms, which I understand. That's understandable. But like I said, if you're going to do it and be out there, continue your social distancing. Continue yourself, staying your distance. Make sure you wear your mask. I'm not forcing nobody to wear their mask, but I'm telling you to wear your mask just to be cautious, just to protect you and anybody else around you. But again, this show is for, pretty much general information. If anybody got any questions or concerns or have an idea about what they want to hear on the next show, which is next Saturday, you can also call in at 347-826-9424, or you can hit them if you're online already listening. You can hit 1 and ask any questions you may have. about fitness or nutrition or whatever case. If I can answer, I'm going to answer it to the best of my knowledge. So if you have any questions or concern, if you're listening, press 1, and I'll bring you in. That way we can communicate, or you can ask any questions or discuss any concerns you may have. So now, make sure also, even being that it's getting cold, some people think that because the weather's cooler that they shouldn't drink water. Drink water. You still should have your 8 glasses of water a day, minimum 8 glasses a day. You still should have it regardless of the weather, because people think because it's cold, the body's not this and that, but people don't realize you sweat while you sleep. You should be taking in your water consumption every day. Shouldn't be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You should be drinking water any and every day you can, because water is the number one component in your body, which water contains about 75% of your body. So you want to make sure you get that water in your system and drink water, drink juices. Try to stay away from a lot of the sodas. You know, a lot of people can't. But just be careful and make sure you drink your water, at least a minimum of 8 glasses a day. And even when it's cold weather, drink your water. Because just because it's cold outside don't mean your body don't sweat. How many times have you been laying down and felt your body sweating or whatever the case may be? So you got to be careful and drink your water. And don't listen to what everybody tell you about fitness in the world. You got some people tell you don't do this and don't drink that or don't eat this. You got a lot of trainers out there that tell you don't eat certain foods. But I look at a lot of stuff that people have told clients about. Don't eat carbs, don't eat potatoes, rice, or pasta because of the starch. But my thing is, it's an energy source. If you don't eat it, where are you going to get your energy from to work out? You have to have energy to work out. You have to have energy. And if you don't get that energy, you're not going to want to work out to the full potential that you could have worked out if you had consumed some carbs in your body before you worked out, which is going to help you get your energy or keep your exercise strong, because you don't want to get in there and get in the gym. You start working out, you're like, oh, well, I don't feel up to par. I don't feel like working out. Now, realizing it's your energy. You don't have no energy to work out. So the first thing you don't want to do is do what's easy. You're going to quit. You're going to go home. And that's not good. So if you're out there and you don't just stop eating carbs, all I tell you is eat in moderation. Cut it back. Eat just a little bit, half a cup of rice, half a cup of potatoes, half a cup of pasta, whatever you can to keep the energy up in your body. Late at night, your last meal should be consumed about 7, 8 o'clock. That should be your last meal. And if you get that 6th meal, that's why they say 5 to 6. If you get that 6th meal in, make sure that 6th meal could possibly be a shake, like a protein shake, because it'll be better for you in your body when you're sleeping than it would be just to eat a regular meal as your last meal, and then trying to go to sleep on it, because your body is going to start to absorb that and keep it in your body, and it's going to keep whatever it takes in because you're not doing anything to work it off. So you want to get these meals in. You want to make sure you get enough meals in, be doing something with yourself throughout the day. You want to be working out. You want to be making sure you're eating right, drinking enough water in your body. You want to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Exercise is the key to a lot of ailments out here in the world. A lot of people don't understand that or realize that exercise is a key component to all of this. So, and again, if you have a question about a fitness goal, if you have questions about your form, what you should do or how you should do a certain exercise, there's always a technique behind it. So if you got any question about it, be sure and talk to a trainer. Talk to a trainer. Go see a trainer in the gym. If you know a trainer personally, call that trainer. Ask him would he show you some techniques to help you work out at home. Show you some techniques that's going to help you reach your goals the way it should be, the way you want to be reached. Ask questions, because if you don't ask questions, you're not going to know. If you go online, There are a lot of different structural exercises out there online. If you go online and look them up, it'll tell you how to lift, how you should lift, your form, your technique, the way it should be. Now, granted, some techniques or some online advertising stuff they have out there aren't always as accurate as they should be, but always ask questions if you don't know. If you have an ailment or something where you can injure yourself, get with your doctor to make sure that you are able to exercise, because if you aren't able to exercise, you want to be careful, because if you're not able to exercise, you don't want to jump out there and hurt yourself. You want to get a doctor's consent to make sure the doctor says that you are fine or able to even work out, because you don't want to injure yourself. You don't want to get in trouble, especially a trainer. A trainer should be asking you that before he even mess with you, so he'll know what you can and can't do. But you have to be careful working out, because it can injure you. You can get hurt to where you're not able to work out anymore. You can now if you get to a point where you can't work out anymore, that's a problem within itself, because now you're gonna sit around, you're gonna eat like you want, you're gonna gain some weight, and then when New Year's come around again, or an event come up that you want to go to in that event, you're going to feel a certain way, because you're going to be like, oh, I need to be ready for this event. I got a wedding coming up, or a party coming up, or a birthday party, or whatever the case may be, or New Year's coming. You know, everybody sets New Year resolutions, and the first thing they say is, oh, I'm going to get in the gym and lift weights. I'm going to get in the gym and lose weight, or whatever the case may be. So sometimes you got to be careful with how you do certain things or proceed with certain things. You don't want to get lazy. You don't want to sit around and start eating everything that you can. Your body is not going to your body's going to retain it. Your body's going to keep it in. Then as you're sitting still and gaining all this extra weight, then you're going to feel miserable, and one day you're going to want to do something about it. Then you have to start all over when you could have been working or lifting weights from the beginning. You wouldn't have had that problem. Now, again, this show is for anybody that have any questions. Everybody that's listening, you can press 1, and I can bring you in and let you answer any questions or comments you may have. So just press 1 if you want to be brought in, if you have any questions or concerns. I know I've talked about a lot of different stuff for this 40 minutes. We got 20 more minutes in the show. Any questions or concerns, comments you may have, feel free to ask. Now, another thing is space your workouts. Some people work out, they want to do weights and cardio the same day. Me personally, as a trainer, I don't think it's good, because you go and do cardio first for the first 30 minutes, and you want to go into weights. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be so tired that you're not going to want to do any weight training. Or if you do weights first, then you're not going to want to do any cardio. So I tell clients to space it out. There's nothing wrong with spacing it out. You got 7 days in a week. You can, and then the biggest thing, everybody's trying to get it overnight. You can't get it overnight. So I don't care how much you do throughout your workout, cardio, and weights in that day, it ain't going to make it go no faster. So pace yourself. You should be doing, if you're going to do weights 3 times a week, do cardio twice a week, be off on the weekends. I would make it, if you're going to do weights 3 times a week, your weight days be 45 minutes to an hour. Your cardio days, 45 minutes to an hour. Make sure your either way is 45 minutes to an hour. 45 minutes to an hour is the key, because some people get in the gym and want to be in the gym, and I've seen some people in the gym where I work out at during the day. They are in the gym for like 3 hours, 4 hours. I mean, they doing cardio, then they going and doing weights, but they trying to do every machine in the building. Then they come back the next day and do the exact same exercises that they were doing when they first when they first got in the gym. Every day they're doing the same workouts, which is not helping because the same workouts is not going to help because the body is not able to change. You have to change in order for the body to change. I mean, you got to change the workouts in order for your body to get anything out of it. You got to change the workout. You can't stay the same. So don't go in the gym doing the same exercise every day. Don't go in the gym trying to do cardio and weights all day. I just got this thing about being in the gym over 45 minutes to an hour. And anything I've studied and learned has talked about 45 minutes to an hour is sufficient time for somebody to work out because your body's only going to sustain enough energy from your workouts or from your meals that's going to hold you for an hour. It's going to hold you only for an hour. Anything after that hour, your body starts to take away from that. It has to get its energy from somewhere, so it takes away from everything else you have left, which is your protein, which is your muscle. So your body is going to take the muscle away from you. So the body's going to eat at the muscle because it's trying to get the energy in its body in order to sustain or keep working out. So you got to learn to not, you got to make sure you fuel your body enough to get at least an hour workout in you before you work out. And that body is only going to absorb enough energy for that hour. After that hour, it takes away from everything else. Another thing that people do is they don't rest enough. People don't rest enough when it comes to working out. Some people come in the gym, you might do a bench press. Okay, you do a bench press. And then you do a bench press. Okay, you do a set. And they stop and rest for about 30 seconds, and that's not long enough. Your workout should consist of at least a minute or a minute and a half before you go back and start doing your next set, because your body has started to burn off what they call your ATP, adenosine triphosphate, is an energy source within the muscle. Your body burns that off within the first 10 seconds of the set that you're doing. So you have to give your body enough time to rebuild that energy in order to go back and do another set. Some people don't realize that first set, they go and do 15 reps. After that 15 reps, when they go to try to do a second set, they can't get the full 15 reps because they didn't allow the body to rest long enough. You got to allow the body to rest long enough in order to get that next set to get the full reps out of it. And that's one of the biggest keys that most people tend to fail to do is rest. Rest is the key. Rest is your number one thing. I've even heard people in the gym say, I don't know why they be listening to these folks come out. They don't need to work the same body part every day. I've been working the same body part every day. And I be want to say that's why you look like you look. But ain't my place. The thing is, you got to let your muscles rest. Your muscles have to rest. They need that break. The muscles grow from the workout. They grow from the rest. They don't grow during the workout. They grow from the rest. That's when your workouts are better. You get more out of it. Everybody that's listening, you can press 1 if you have a question or comment or anything of that nature, or have an idea of what you want to hear on the next show, which is next week, next Saturday at 2 o'clock. If you have an idea of something you want talked about, let me know. That way I can go ahead and set myself up and be ready for you, or ready for that show, whatever you want to talk about or want to hear. Some people want to hear certain things when it comes to fitness. So just let me know, or email me. You can message me at 662-386-2152. I'm sorry, 662-368-2152. 662-368-2152. You can message me, or 662-386-9141. You can message me or call me and leave a message about a subject you might want to hear for next weekend. for next Saturday at 2 o'clock. Anybody that's listening, if you have any questions or concerns right now, please press 1, and I'll bring you in so we can discuss whatever your question or comment may be. We have about 13 minutes left on the show. I really appreciate the people that have listened or will attend next weekend or whatever the case may be. I really appreciate that, listening to me ramble a little bit. But you got to be careful and take care of yourself during this pandemic, during this time or any time when the weather gets bad or cold. You got to learn to take care of yourself and work out still, even if you just work out at home. Even if it's, some people say they don't know what to do at home or they feel better outside. If it's bad outside, you're not going to go anyway. Or if it's bad outside, and since the pandemic is going around, nobody wants to be around other people. So you got to work out at home in order to maintain what you have or to get yourself in shape. So even if it's sitting in front of the TV while you're watching your favorite TV show, if it's running in place, if it's walking while you watch TV, if it's curling weights, or you don't have to buy no weights. Use water bottles. Use canned goods. You got stuff right there at your house. You don't have to buy anything extra to start working out. Some people think you got to have specific weights. You got to go buy certain things in order to work out at home, and you don't. You can use water bottles, canned goods, anything you can fill with water or anything that already has something in it. So don't get in thinking that you have to have something in particular in order to get a good workout. I mean, even if you try to do push-ups, I know most of you don't want to or don't like doing push-ups or say you can't do push-ups, but there's no such thing as you can't. You can always do them if you try them. And it's just about you as an individual getting down on the floor and doing those push-ups to get to where you want to be. There's no excuse. If you want to be in the fitness, there's no excuse. So you have to remember there's no excuse if you want to lose weight. And just remember, it don't come off fast. You don't gain muscle fast. It takes time. It's a process. I've had to tell some people they want certain things. Tell them you didn't gain it fast, so therefore it's not going to come off fast. It's a process. It takes time. So be patient. Patience is the key to getting yourself to where you want to be. Patience is the key. So you have to remember it takes time to lose the weight that you've gained or to gain a lot of muscle. You got a lot of people that want to gain muscle. It takes time to gain muscle. So you have to be cautious and be careful about what you do and just take your time and not try to force it. When you try to force it, there's a problem. Some people starve themselves. You can't starve yourself because starving yourself doesn't help you. When you starve yourself, your body will consume it back. I did a show in 2010. I did a meal plan the guy gave me. I lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks. But by the time that weekend was here, I gained 10 pounds back over that weekend because my body was starving for food, for water, stuff I wasn't able to give it because I was working out for a show. So I had to do certain things. So people don't understand that you have to be patient and don't try to rush it because rushing doesn't do nothing but hurt you, especially if you injure yourself or hurt yourself. You don't want to injure yourself because you rush something. You're going to rush yourself into an injury or to a position where you can't work out no more, and then that's a problem. And people have a tendency of wanting to blame the trainers when they don't reach their goals. Don't blame the trainer because it's a dual effort. The trainer's helping you and guiding you to be a certain way or to reach your goal a certain way. But if you don't do what you're supposed to do to reach your goal, the first thing you do or the first person you blame is the trainer, but you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not doing what you're supposed to do at home, whether it's eat right, exercise on a regular basis, on a constant basis, or whatever the case may be. Don't blame the trainer for something that you neglected to do. But just remember, exercise is the key to a lot of things out here in the world, especially ailments, especially sicknesses, especially different things like that, because some people don't understand that the body is not, most people that are sedentary, that like to sit around, don't do anything, the body's just sitting. So you subject yourself to ailments like diabetes and high blood pressure and all the different ailments because you're eating all the wrong things. You are eating all the wrong things, and you're not exercising, not getting yourself in shape. You sitting in front of the TV 24/7 trying to watch different shows and not doing what you're supposed to do. But you got to get up and move around. Don't be sedentary all your life. You got to get up and move around. Get your kids active. Get your kids working out, because some people don't want to get their kids active or working out because the kids don't want to do nothing. That's one of the biggest things is kids don't want to do nothing. And if you don't make them do it, they're not going to do it. So people got to understand something. You got to get your kids healthy too, and make it fun. Really and truly, just make it fun. Do something with the kids to make it fun. You know, make it a game. If you can get them outside in the yard, the weather's nice, get them outside to the park or something. Take a ball, buy them a kickball, or buy them a basketball goal so they can shoot around. They might not want to play basketball for school and then that's fine. But if they want to, you just want them to be active. You want them to do something. So just give them something to do. Give them a ball to kick around. Give them a ball to kick around. Give them a basketball to shoot around. Play catch with them or whatever the case may be, because you want to do something with them in order to make sure that they stay active. Kids have a big thing about, they got kids, and obesity is one of the biggest things that people aren't really dealing with in society, because kids sit at home and play video games all day, and they let them eat whatever they want, and that's not a good thing. So you have to always make sure you are monitoring what they eat and how they eat and how much they eat. You don't want to give them fast food all the time from McDonald's or whatever fast food restaurant you have in your area. So you got to keep the kids or stop them from eating unnecessary foods. If you can take them and get them to eating some vegetables and eat right, make it fun for them. Take them in the kitchen, let them cook with you. Make it fun for them. Give them something to do. Exercise-wise, make sure they be active. Stay active, because kids got this tendency to think about being around these video games. And, back when we was coming up, kids weren't allowed to be in front of video games or on video games all day. Your mom be hollering, you better get outside. You better go do something. But, that's what most people, whatever we used to, us as in our generation, we used to stuff like that. But kids these days aren't used to stuff like that. The only thing they think about is playing video games. Right now they want to carry pistols. But, give the young kids that we got now, give them something else to do. Try to keep them from following suit with these other people doing other things. Give them something to do. Give them a goal. Give them an objective. If they want to play football, any kind of football or sports, encourage it. Don't discourage it. Encourage it. Take them out and run football with them. Throw some passes to them. Play catch with them if they want to play baseball. Kick the ball around. Shoot the basketball around. Buy them a goal. Take them to the park. You ain't got to buy them a goal. Go take them to the park. Let them shoot around for a while. If it's just you and them. Give them something to look forward to, instead of just sitting at home and not doing anything and not taking care of themselves or being where they're supposed to be, because especially with us, diabetes and all these other diseases come from us, come from our culture. Not saying everybody's not getting it, not saying other people aren't getting it, but it's real prominent and big in the black community. So we need to start doing stuff with ourselves to make ourselves a lot better as far as
working out and staying in shape. And make sure our kids get in shape. Make sure our kids do something beneficial that's going to help them in the long run, so later on they don't get to be a teenager or an adult and now they got diabetes. Or I talked to somebody the other day, they got a little girl, and the little girl can't be no more than 7 or 8, I think, but she got arthritis already. And she's a young girl. She got arthritis, which I'm not saying it was inherited. I'm not saying she did nothing to get it, but she's a young girl, and I'm like, she got what? She has arthritis already. She's only about 7 or 8 years old. And I'm like, my first thought was, how she got arthritis? What the what? But, just we need to be more active in our kids' lives. Are you grandparents out there that got these grandbabies? Do something with them, teach them, and be grandparents. Because nowadays the grandparents are just like the kids. They want to get out here and party with the grandkids. They want to go clubbing with the grandkids. They want to drink with the grandkids. No, you need to be grandparents. If you're going to be grandparents, if the parents ain't teaching like they're supposed to be taught, the grandparents need to step in and teach them like they need to be taught, because it ain't right. You got parents out here that act like their kids or trying to party with their kids. That's not a good thing. So you need to get yourself together, get your kids together, help your kids, or which I ain't gonna say help your kids that tend to want to be like the young kids. Kids want to be like their kids, but you being a grandparent, you take them kids and do things with them, show them the attention they need, because sometimes the parents aren't getting them the attention they need or aren't treating them like they should be treated. So be proactive in your grandbabies' lives. Be proactive in your kids' lives if you can. But like I said, just be cautious of what you do. This is a time where everybody's in home during the pandemic. Everybody's trying to find out what they're going to do or figure out what they're going to do, because the holidays coming up. New Year's finna come up. A lot of people finna start talking about what they finna do for the New Year. They're going to set their New Year's resolution. They're going to get in shape. They're going to do this and that. They're going to start, if you got some friends, get in and join a group together. Become friends and help each other work out, because sometimes you got somebody to work out with you is a lot better. So just remember the things I've told you. Make sure you eat right, work out, even during this pandemic. And just remember the show is next Saturday at 2 o'clock. Call in, 347-826-9424. Next week at 2 o'clock, same time, same channel. This is, you've been having a conversation or a broadcast with Trainer Ray from Fitness Evolution. And I'm thankful ones for joining me today to listen to me talk about some fitness goals or fitness things that they need to do. If you have any questions or concerns that you might want to address with me, please contact me at 662-386-9141. You can email me and let me know that you have a question or something you want to be taught. Thank you for joining me today. That's the end of my show. This is Trainer Ray, and I'm out.